Every pill you've ever swallowed has a secret history of triumph and failure. Behind each capsule and tablet lies a decade-long saga of scientific breakthroughs, crushing setbacks, and relentless persistence. The journey of a new medication from a scientist's idea to your medicine cabinet is a testament to human ingenuity and the unyielding quest to conquer disease. In the next few minutes, we'll unravel this complex process, revealing the hidden world of drug development that shapes modern medicine as we know it. The journey starts in research laboratories around the world. Here, dedicated scientists work tirelessly to understand the intricate mechanisms of disease at cellular and molecular levels. This foundational research is like solving a complex puzzle. It helps identify potential targets for new treatments. These targets can be imagined as locks, and the potential new drug as a key. Scientists look for the right key that can fit into a specific lock to unlock a solution to health problems. These targets might be specific genes or proteins that play roles in a disease. Once a promising target is identified, the real hunt begins. Scientists screen thousands upon thousands of compounds to find candidates that can effectively interact with the target. This initial screening process is far from simple. It involves some truly impressive technology. Robotic systems that can test multiple compounds simultaneously, while advanced computer models can predict how a compound might behave in the body. Sophisticated imagining techniques allow scientists to see how compounds interact with cells. At this stage, researchers cast a wide net. They often start by looking at natural substances found in plants or animals. After all, nature has been in the business of creating complex chemicals for billions of years. It's important to note that this stage of the process is both time-consuming and costly. It can take years of research and millions of dollars to identify even a single promising compound. But for the scientists involved, the potential to create a medication that could improve or save lives makes it all worthwhile. Preclinical testing. With promising compounds identified, the process moves to the next crucial stage, preclinical testing. This is where the wheat starts to separate from the chaff, so to speak. During preclinical testing, potential new drugs undergo extensive laboratory tests and animal studies. The primary goals here are twofold: to establish that the drug doesn't cause harmful effects, and to confirm that the drug actually has the desired therapeutic effect. Safety testing is paramount in drug development. Scientists conduct a battery of tests to understand how the body processes the drug, and how the drug affects the body. This includes toxicity studies to determine if the drug could have harmful effects, studies to understand how the drug is absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body, and investigations into potential interactions with other drugs. While safety is crucial, a safe drug that doesn't work isn't much use to anyone. That's why researchers also conduct studies to confirm that the drug has the intended effect. This might involve testing the drug in cellular cultures to see if it affects disease processes at the cellular level, and animal studies to see if the drug can treat or prevent a particular condition in a living organism. It's worth noting that animal testing is a complex and sensitive topic. While scientists always strive to minimize animal testing and use alternatives where possible, some animal studies are still necessary to ensure human safety in later stages. The preclinical stage is a significant filter in the drug development process. Out of the thousands of compounds that enter preclinical testing, only about 10 to 20 make it through successfully. For those compounds that do show promise, all findings are compiled into what's called an investigational new drug application. This hefty document includes all the data from preclinical studies and outlines plans for human trials. This is submitted to regulatory bodies like the FDA in the United States. Getting approval for an INDA application is a crucial milestone. It's essentially the ticket to begin testing the drug in humans. Without this approval, the process cannot move forward to the next exciting stage, clinical trials. Clinical trials. With the INDA application approval secured, the process enters one of the most crucial and complex stages of drug development, clinical trials. This is where potentially new medications are tested in humans for the first time. Clinical trials are typically conducted in 4 phases, each with its own specific goals and challenges. Phase 1 trial marks a significant milestone. It's the first time the potential new drug is tested in humans. These trials typically recruit 20 to 100 healthy volunteers and last several months. The primary focus is on assessing safety, determining a safe dosage range, and identifying side effects. Researchers start with very low doses and gradually increase them, carefully monitoring participants for any adverse reactions. If the drug passes Phase 1, it moves on to Phase 2. This is where things start to get really interesting. Phase 2 trials involve a larger group, typically 100 to 500 people who have the condition the drug is meant to treat. These trials can last from several months to 2 years. The primary focus is now on both efficacy and safety in people with the targeted condition. Researchers often compare different doses to find the optimal amount, and might also explore different ways of administering the drug. Phase 3 is the final pre-approval stage of testing. This phase involves a much larger group, typically 1,000 to 5,000 patients, and can last several years. The aim is to confirm the drug's effectiveness, monitor side effects, and compare it to commonly used treatments. These trials are often randomized and double-blind, meaning neither the patient nor the researchers know who is receiving the new drug versus a placebo or standard treatment. Even after a drug is approved and is on the market, the clinical trial process isn't necessarily over. Phase 4 studies, also known as post-marketing surveillance, involve the general patient population using the drug. These studies can go on for many years, monitoring long-term effectiveness and safety in real-world conditions. This often involves collecting data from healthcare providers and patients using the drug. Throughout all phases of clinical trials, strict ethical guidelines and regulations are adhered to. The well-being and rights of trial participants are always the top priority. Informed consent is obtained from all participants, and independent ethics committees review and approve all trial protocols. It's also worth noting that not all drugs make it through all phases of clinical trials. In fact, many promising candidates fail at various stages. This is a normal and necessary part of the process. It's how the pharmaceutical industry ensures that only safe and effective drugs make it to the market. Regulatory approval. The final stage of the journey is regulatory approval. This is where all the hard work and data come together as pharmaceutical companies seek permission to bring their new medication to market. After successfully completing clinical trials, all the data is compiled into a new drug application. This comprehensive document includes detailed results from all phases of testing, proposed labeling for the drug, safety updates, drug abuse information, patient information, institutional review board compliance information, and directions for use. Preparing an NDA is a massive undertaking. These applications can run to hundreds of thousands of pages, representing years of research and development. Once an NDA is submitted, regulatory authorities like the FDA begin a thorough review process. They first determine if the NDA is complete. If it is, they file it and begin the review process. Depending on the potential impact of the drug, it may be assigned to standard review, which takes about 10 months, or priority review, which takes about 6 months. Teams of experts in different fields review the relevant sections of the application. The regulatory body may conduct inspections of the clinical study sites and manufacturing facilities to ensure data integrity and good manufacturing practices. In some cases, an independent advisory committee of experts may be conveyed to review the application and make recommendations. Throughout this process, the pharmaceutical company may be asked to provide additional information or clarifications. It's a rigorous process designed to ensure that only safe and effective drugs reach the market. After completing the review, the regulatory authority will make one of 3 decisions: approval, where the drug is approved for the market; a complete response letter indicating more information or changes are needed before approval can be granted; or not approved, where the application is rejected. If approved, the company can begin manufacturing and marketing the drug. Conclusion. The journey of a new medication from initial concept to pharmacy shelf is a process that typically takes 10 to 15 years and costs hundreds of millions of dollars. Out of every 5,000 to 10,000 compounds that enter the drug discovery process, only 1 typically makes it to the market. These numbers might seem daunting, but they reflect the immense care and rigor that goes into developing a new medication. Every step of the way, from the earliest stages of discovery to long after the drug reaches the market, teams of dedicated professionals work tirelessly to ensure the medications we take are as safe and effective as possible. Have you ever participated in a clinical trial? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could provide valuable insights for others navigating the world of modern medicine. And if you found this exploration of drug development fascinating, why not join us for more journeys into the world of science and healthcare? Hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our latest videos. We dive into complex topics like this one every week, breaking them down so you can understand the science that shapes our world. But subscribing is just the first step. To make sure you never miss an upload, click that bell icon. You'll be notified as soon as we post a new video, allowing you to stay at the forefront of scientific discovery.